Today's Leading Women episode 564 with the wonderful Angelica Christie.
Women all over the world, get ready for inspiring and empowering interviews from women at the top of their field who are kicking butt in their business and who are prepared to share shocking revelations from being in the limelight. You are now listening to Today's Leading Women with Marie Grace Berg.
Podcast your passion. Yes, did you know you can podcast your passion, make a difference, and make money talking about what you love talking about? That's how I get to do what I'm doing, talking to wonderful women every day here at Today's Leading Women. Want to learn how I did it? Go to podcastyourpassion.com. That's www.podcastyourpassion.com. Yes, women of the world, let's get started. I am delighted to introduce you our amazing guest for today, Angelica Christie. Internationally recognized as a trendsetter in personal development, Angelica Christie is a driving force for empowering women across the globe in every area of life. Women are the foundation of a new consciousness and must take the lead now, says Angelica. Through her extensive personal and professional expertise, Angelica has determined that the lack of self-love is the unidentified reason why so many women are still stuck and afraid of their authentic power. Angelica's signature programs, Prosper on Purpose and Heroic Self-Love Formula, enables her clients to step consciously and joyfully into their highest calling. Angelica's commitment and personal attention assure her clients' highest achievements. Angelica is a multidisciplinary personal development expert of 30 years. She is a certified heart intelligence coach, doctor of naturopathy, anti-aging specialist, energy healer, yoga, and Reiki-Master-Teacher of over 25 years. Today, she is a leading speaker, trainer, and luxury retreat facilitator, and her commitment is to empower every woman to step into her brilliance so that she can live, love, and lead with confidence and abundance. Angelica is also an international best-selling author of 5 books. To learn more, visit www.todaysleadingwomen.com/Angelica. Again, that link is www.todaysleadingwomen.com/Angelica. Women of the World, Miss Angelica Christie. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mary Grace. I'm so excited to be with you. We just connected recently and was kind of love and connection and alignment and resonance at first touch. So that was just amazing. You're an incredible woman. So I'm honored to be here today.
I am delighted and honored to have you on the show, and I'm sure our listeners are as well. So, Angelica, I really love what you're doing with your business. You are a success in your own right. You put in the effort, the sweat equity, the knowledge and experience to build a special business you call your own. As a result of that, our listeners really want to get to know you, and I want to provide that conduit, that bridge between you and our listeners. So here are some cool questions that we can talk about. Feel free to comment anytime about them, but these are just general questions I have in mind. So let's start with your business. There might be people out there who want to start one and have no clue how to go about it. Can you tell us more about your business and the idea behind that niche?
Yes, I would love to. So it started a long, long time ago. And I live in the Bahamas on an island of Grand Bahama Island. And I opened a health and healing center because I'm a naturopath and energy healer. So I opened my center here about 15 years ago. In 2004, we had some terrible hurricanes, and the island really started to suffer. And 2008, with the global downturn, it didn't get better, it got worse. So at the end of 2009, I felt that I actually just employed myself and just paid for the expenses and my staff and all of that. And I said, that's no fun. I think it's time to regroup and think bigger. So I actually closed my brick and mortar business here, center, and I stepped into reaching across the boundaries of the Bahamas and go online. And that was really quite a step, because it's a totally different experience. It's all of a sudden nobody knew me really out there in the big world. And it took me a couple of years to really get clear about what I want, because when you have a business with health and healing, there are so many aspects to it. But I found that when I thought about it and went into my stillness and my soul calling, I found that the underlying reason why so many women, and I thought I really needed to support women more, because I saw that they needed so much more support. Because we wear so many hats, right? I mean, we do so many things. And so I wanted to support women to really step into all of their glory and power and brilliance and be who they are. And I found in my business that the underlying reason why so many women have problems in their relationships and with their bodies and with their self-worth is they don't love themselves enough. So this is when I focused on, and I was I actually became known as the Freedom Whisperer many years ago, because I wanted to eradicate fear in women and from the planet. And from there, I moved into, because I could see the gifts in women that they could not see themselves. And I focused on to bring out, to connect and align the women with the greatest gift that they still had within them. Because I saw so many women when they got a little bit older that they said, now it's too late. And they have taken care of everybody else, but they really haven't shared their greatest treasure and gift, the gift that they came into this lifetime with. And so I did that. And then just about a year ago, I said, all of this is part of my bigger vision. But my biggest vision, and it came like an epiphany to me, so I know it didn't come from my brain, but it came from my soul calling, was to that heroic self-love, that there is a lack of self-love in women. And this is when I really stepped fully into my calling. And the way I created my business lately is, rather than doing everything online, although online is still very important, but I'm actually going out and inviting women to come to me, to come to the Bahamas, to spend a weekend with me, either on one-on-one or in groups, because the transformation that happens when you're out of your environment, when you're away from the hustle and bustle and the everyday overwhelm and your routine, when you come into the serenity and incredibly pristine beauty of an island like where I live here in the Bahamas, the transformations are just incredible, because it gives them the opportunity to align with who they really are, away from what others tell them. And so this is where my focus is, to bring groups of women and also one-on-one women to the Bahamas with me, and create that incredible life transformation at that time. Of course, I also have created my online courses, so they are always available. But the biggest impact is really when you come here and be with me. So this is my business model now.
What a beautiful story that you have shared with us, and what a beautiful transformation that you did, starting from having your brick and mortar business to now taking it online, and now going back to getting all these women to the Grand Bahama for transformation at a
Yeah.
personal level. That I agree with you that no one can, that they can never get via. Except at a personal level. For example, when you are really, on one-on-one with them, like you are in front or face to face with each other, that's really where the transformation begins, and that's what really transformation, you can see the transformation in that context. So I love that you have this, and I love that you share that one with us. But what inspired you to dedicate yourself to empower women?
Well, as I said earlier, I saw that women are just so taught from early on to take care of everybody else. We wear so many hats. I mean, I myself, I'm a mother of 5 children. Of course, my children are grown now, and 9 grandchildren. So I know what it means to just be responsible for your family, for what's going on in the house, for your children, your grandchildren, and it just can become so overwhelming that if you don't really consciously make time for yourself, it never happens. And it's different with men. Men just do what they need to do. They're more one-minded. They just focus on one thing. And we have 10 things juggling at the same time. So I want to take women, and I also believe that women are the pillars of a new consciousness. I mean, women really need to step up and step into their own power, the feminine essence, the beautiful, incredibly powerful feminine essence, and that's the path to bring peace and justice and collaboration and non-judgment. I mean, women are so much better in seeing what needs to be done and seeing the big picture. Are not so much oriented about me, 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 me. What can I get out of it? The male world, the male-oriented world, is crumbling, right? I believe it's almost like the dinosaurs. It's crumbling, and the men, who I call the Renaissance men, who are stepping up to see what the healing that needs to happen. The healing starts really from the inside out, and those men we really need to support the women. But the women have to realize that they have a tremendous power that they are really not aware of yet, and that they need to give themselves permission. And that's a big issue, because we always look outside to get permission, but the permission is really inside. And that's what I dedicated myself to align the women with their inner self, with their soul self, so they give themselves permission to be who they really are.
So why heroic self-love as a vehicle for prosperity?
Well, heroic self-love, and it's amazing, I could just say self-love, and women say, yeah, I know I should love myself more. And that's it. And it's kind of a vague concept. They really don't know what that means. It's something that they would like to do, but don't have a clue how to really do this. And I found that you need to create an inner hero. And it is, of course, your soul self. Your inner hero is your soul that knows your brilliance, that knows who you are and what your purpose is on this planet. And it's actually your greatest collaborator. So, and I call it heroic self-love, because even myself, we are all struggling with things that, we know it would be better for us not to eat that big piece of cake, or to let go of a toxic relationship. And there are so many things that we know are not good for us, but we don't really know how to prosper by letting that go. And I created heroic self-love because the inner hero needs to come up. And the inner hero can only come up when you really understand or have an image of it. So you need to visualize it and taste it and feel it and smell it almost. So I teach the women to create an image. And it could be a fable image. It could be somebody they see as a hero, somebody like Mahatma Gandhi, or it doesn't really matter, or even a religious, a Jesus, or Allah, or Buddha, or as somebody or something that they can align with and say, okay, help me. I want to get in alignment with the energy, with the power of the essence within me combined with you to help me to break through this bad habit or this toxic relationship or whatever it is, or what I know I have to do in order to get a certain result. Because we are actually lazy inside. And if we can get away with avoiding to step up and break through the comfort zone, then we will avoid this. And that's where the inner hero comes up and say, okay, let me align with that energy within me that will help me to do what I know I need to do.
Okay, so I get that aligning ourselves with our own inner hero. So, what do you see women struggling with the most?
I found that women, most women, not all women, but most women lack self-confidence. They also fear criticism, and they also feel that they don't have the support that they really need, and so they just struggle by themselves. They also fear loneliness and fear of aging, fear of not being good enough. All of these inner monsters, I call them monsters in their head, that they have adapted from because somebody at some time may have criticized them in some way. And all of a sudden, that's an imprint. And if you hear it a few times, then you believe it. I mean, Mary Grace, how imprinting works, right? I mean, you hear something often enough and it becomes your truth. So, this is what women really struggle with, self-worth, I would say, and lack of self-love.
So, this limiting beliefs, this inner monster in our head, these are huge that I'm sure a lot of us can relate with. But what do you think women really want?
I think women want to, of course, all of us want just happiness. And there is a misconception, especially in women, that they long for happiness so much that they always look outside of themselves. So women want to be happy. Women want to have a voice, to be heard. Women want to be honored and celebrated. Women want to be loved and by their partner. So women want relationships that work, and also women would like to actually love themselves more, and they really don't know how. Because it is, unless they learn what this really means, it's just a concept.
All right, so we now know what women really want. So, and I can totally resonate with this. We long for that happiness, to have our voice heard, to be honored, to be celebrated, to be loved by our partners, etc. But what are some of the myths that women believe that block their own success?
Well, the myths are really, first of all, self-love. And that comes from, I think, a lot of religious beliefs, the dogmatic beliefs that self-love is bad. Or they believe that if they love themselves, then maybe they may lose their partner. Or if they love themselves, then they may not be accepted anymore. They may stand out. They may be criticized. All of these myths that really hold them back. to really stand into their brilliance and into their purpose. These are all myths, and I know I had these myths myself because I got a kick in the butt about 5 years ago because I was holding back. All of a sudden, I started to have doubts and anxieties about stepping out and maybe stepping onto a stage and addressing larger groups of people. And my inner monsters came up saying, "Oh, who do you think you are? And what gives you the authority or permission to teach women this? And or what? Why do you believe they could really accept you because you are not from their country, you're a foreigner, or you're too old?" All of these stupid internal dialogues. They're really monsters that come up that are self-created. And yet there is a strong belief that we always see, and that's the primal instinct, we always see what is wrong. 90% of what we notice and see, not only outside, but even within ourselves, is what is wrong. And only 10% what is right. Isn't that incredible? And unless you are aware that this is just how your primal instinct works, because, let's be clear, our brains are ancient. We have newer parts of our brains, but the primal brain is still concerned with survival. There are actually three things that our instincts are always concerned about. Although today they sound a little bit different, but it's really, can I eat it? Can I be eaten? And can I mate with it? That's what the primal instinct is concerned about. And so, can I eat it is, do I have enough? Is there enough around for me? And can I be eaten? That's all of the dangers that may be out there. And, thousands of years ago, it may have been predators, wild animals, and all of this. But today it's criticism. All of the modern terms have changed, but the energy is still the same. And then, of course, can I mate with it? It's the need to have stuff. The need to be on top of everything, and to find the right partner, and to the struggle in your relationships. That's all in that area. So it is really the challenge is really there, and we need to be very conscious of how our brain works, where the fear, the anxieties, the doubts come from, so that we can treat it like a child and say, "Yeah, I know, I hear you, but you quiet down. I have a bigger vision." Because, survival is not good enough for us anymore. We want much more than that.
Well, now that you have busted the myths, and yes, I agree with you. A lot of this, and where I came from, for example, a lot of other places also have this cultural beliefs about self-love, that it's being bad or not acceptable or being looked down to. There's still a lot of places or culture that have this notion or have this myths about self-love, and yeah, it's really important to be aware of this and not really get this block your success, your path to success, because that self-love, as the Bible says, love yourself first, so you'll be able to give love. If you don't have that love in yourself, you won't have that ability to give love out. So it's really important that it starts from yourself.
Yeah, you have to fill yourself first, because otherwise you cannot give from emptiness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. What are some of the challenges that women, especially middle-aged women, face?
Well, especially for the middle-aged women, it's all about, do I still matter? Middle-aged women, because your spirit, your inner spirit doesn't really change. You feel as alive inside as when you were 20. but then the reality of the aging body is apparent, not just visually, but also, there are hormonal changes taking place. And so it's a real challenge. And uh, um, there is a choice. You can either embrace it and work with your body and become, because this is really a time to start to get to know your body. Because when you're young, you just don't think of your body and you don't feel your body very much, because your body just does everything you want it to do. When you get older, certain things change. For example, I felt it. I used to run marathons. I was a very fast runner. And then at 40, I changed into a little longer distances. And today at, end of 60, when I sprint or when I do things that my mind, my memory still knows how to do that, my body sometimes says, what are you trying to do here? You see, we quit. We don't do this anymore, or running up stairs of flights of stairs at a fast speed. My heart starts racing earlier than when I was 30 years old or 20 years old. So there are real realities that middle-aged women have. But on the other hand, it's the most powerful time for women, and so many women really don't understand that the middle aged and the older woman has so much more freedom and can create so much more, because they're probably not small children around anymore. That's really when women step into their full power. So the challenges are all myths in a certain way. There are realities, but those realities can be embraced and couldn't and shouldn't be hindrances, but a path into a new experience.
Okay, so we've learned so much now, from our need for heroic self love to aligning to our inner hero to busting the myths about self love and the challenges that women face. So I'm excited now to learn more about the system that you've created called Prosper on Purpose, and it's powered by the heroic self love formula. So tell us more about it.
Well, the Prosper on Purpose formula really means that there are, like everything in life, there is a sequence to everything. And there are certain areas of life that need to come in alignment with each other. Because when you just do one thing, the whole is not in harmony necessarily. And this is what you see in business as well. There are systems, and there are whole, for example, in marketing, you can do, the email marketing and this and this and this, but that doesn't create your business. So there are many pillars to bring the whole together. And I found that to prosper on purpose, I found that there are 5 pillars that are important to address and to really work with and become very aware of and optimize. So the first one is to crystallize your goals, because most people are drifters. We have our goals, but most of the time we drift. And in order to crystallize your goal, you have to know, it's almost like a GPS system. You need to know where you are now, what you have, what you need for the trip. You need to know where you want to go, so A and B. And then all of the stations in between, you need like a GPS system to not to lose your way. And so I teach women how to really crystallize their goals, to also anchor it into their emotional body, so that they not only visualize it, but feel it and taste it and get really anchor it down what they want. And then go for it. And then along the path, if something changed, you can change the whole thing, but you cannot just give up and say, well, now I'm lost and I don't know what I want anymore. There's always a correction that can be made, but you need to know first. So that's crystallize your goals. And the second is optimize your health. And I found that so many women are disconnected from their physical body. They don't even know what they criticize it, but they don't really know how to listen to their bodies, because everybody has is a little different. You cannot prescribe the same medicine, so to speak, to everybody, and they say there's just one and it works for everybody. No, we are all such incredibly amazing individuals with very unique needs. So optimize your health. I help my clients to listen to their body. Of course, at certain ages, the body has certain needs, and there is something like around 50 menopause, and so certain needs come up that a 20-year-old would not have to deal with. So, but optimize your health is really getting your energy back, and having a zest for life, and moving your body in the right way. And there are so many myths out there about exercising, and I really show my clients that they don't need to go into a gym. They don't need to spend 2 hours or an hour jogging or anything like this. It's really 5 minutes in the morning, maybe 5 minutes midday, 5 minutes in the evening. That's all they need. High intensity, and then just move your body, dance. Dance with yourself if you don't have a partner. Just move your body. That's one of the most important aspects of keeping your body healthy. So that was the second pillar. So first was optimize, crystallize goals. Second, optimize health. The third is transform your relationships. Well, relationships, that's a big one, especially for women. And here again, heroic self-love. It starts with the relationship that you have with yourself. So the relationship with yourself, and then heal the pain body of past relationships. And I have a very particular way to take my clients into the past, and we change the experience. We change what they heard, we changed what they saw, and we change it. And the thing is, whatever you imagine, your body experiences as truth. So, I mean, that's how hypnosis works, right? So we change the experience and let go of the of past painful relationships. We inspire the ones that are present, and also I guide them and teach them how to let go of toxic relationships. And again, through the heroic self-love. And to design your future relationships. And that's not just personal, but also what do you want in your business partner? You know, again, clarity, all of these things, when we start with clarity, clarity comes into all of the other aspects again. You know, we have to start somewhere, and then it filters through. So that's about relationships. And then the fourth pillar is empower yourself spiritually. Even though I don't start with that, I mean, that's really the foundation of everything. To understand that we are actually spiritual beings. The body is just the vehicle, and the incredible power of our soul selves. That the ego is really a dwarfed in comparison to our soul. The soul is the giant, but we put it on the back burner and only pull it up or push it forward when we are in need of something. You say, oh my God, you know, please, please, please. But that's really not how it works. Our soul self is so powerful that when we really align with it, we have such an incredible, wise inner guidance and friend. And it's there all the time. Don't have to call it up and see if it has time. So it's really the spiritual part is to amplify the voice of your soul self and to dial down the voice of your ego that is always trying to stop you, has questions about if that's because it's only concerned with your survival. So, that's what the spiritual part is all about. And the last one is really attract abundant wealth. And when all of these other pillars, the 4 pillars, are in harmony, you can't help but attract abundant wealth, because you start to radiate magnetism. You know who you are. You're in harmony with your physical body. Your relationships are working, and you start to shine. You start to attract the people and the situations and opportunities into your life that take you to the next level. And so this is what I call prosper on purpose, because it's very precise. It makes sense. It's in the right sequence, and it is powered by the heroic self-love formula. Because I don't think that you can really experience true happiness and the ultimate success without really loving yourself first and totally accepting and embracing yourself. So,
Wow, that sounds like a great program. And now walking us through the 5 pillars, I know I was taking notes a lot here, because that pillars that you just walk us through, I can really see the transformation going through all of these steps. I mean, the first one is to crystallize your goals, the next one is to optimize your health, the next one is transform your relationship, and then empower yourself spiritually, and naturally you will be attracting abundant wealth as a result of this. What a great program that one is. But who is this program best suited for?
Well, this program is for the woman, and this could be for anybody, men as well, but I'm focusing on women. So this is for the woman who really wants to break through the doubts and anxieties and fears that are still holding her back, who really want to step up, who want to take a stand for herself, who wants to achieve more. And I have a lot of coaches and even mentors who still who can profit from that, because they are coaching so much, but then they know that for themselves they don't they don't do everything that they teach for themselves. So it's great for them as well to go through a program like that, to see if all of those pillars or all of these things are in place for them. So it's for everybody who has the courage to say yes to themselves. Okay, so that's who this program is for. And of course, there is also, I also want to tell you who the program is not for. And it's not for women who want to stay small, women who are afraid to, maybe not ready yet, or afraid. Even though not ready yet, I would encourage to just open the door and peek out, and give yourself at least the opportunity to see and then experience, because it's a step-by-step program. So, but it is not for the woman who knows it all, knows everything better, and it's also not for the woman who believes that it's not going to happen. There are judgments sometimes with people who say, "Oh, that's not realistic. That can't happen." If you believe that, then whatever you believe, that's your reality. So if you are closed and you are not open to experience something new, if you are not open to allow yourself to become vulnerable, and also if you cannot follow a system, if you have your own ideas, and although I always encourage that, to try it out. But if you say, well, this is not going to work, and I don't really want this. There are some, and this too, Mary Grace, there are some people who are not even coachable, right? Because they don't want to be coached. So it's not for those either.
All right, so we now know who is this for and who is this not for. So for those of you who you feel deep in your heart that it is for you, where can they learn more about this?
Yeah, so because I so strongly not only believe, but I know that the outcome for my clients are really amazing. I have not had one client who wasn't really totally amazed. It's almost like taking the blinders off and peeling away the illusions and the limiting beliefs. And because there's nothing really to learn more, it is just to uncover the truth of what is already there. So you can learn more about it. Of course, I would love to gift everybody who wants, who listens to you. I want to bless them with the coaching session to see, I would love to gift them with that, because even in a discovery call, in a coaching session that I give for free, a lot can be uncovered, a lot can be taken away from that, even if we don't continue working with each other. It will be a blessing for every woman who opts in to schedule a discovery call with me.
All right, so for our listeners out there, Angelica has just given us a very generous offer for a free coaching call with her. And you can apply by going to this link now. That's www.todaysleadingwomen.com/Angelica. And Angelica is with a K. ANGELIKA. Again, that link is www.todaysleadingwomen.com/Angelica. So I really recommend that you go there now, sign up for this free coaching call that Angelica is really offering us so generously in this call, and start seeing that transformation in you. Angelica is going to help you uncover the limiting beliefs, those fears, those struggles that you have inside you, so that you can be transformed and succeed in what it is that you want to achieve in life. So I highly encourage you to go there now, www.todaysleadingwomen.com/Angelica. And Angelica is with a K. ANGELIKA. Todaysleadingwomen.com/Angelica. And by the way, all of these resources and the links that are mentioned in today's podcast will be made available in a beautiful infographic show notes at todaysleadingwomen.com. Just type in the name Angelica Christie on the search bar and it will find it for you. So, Angelica, any parting words for our listeners?
Yes, it is really up to you what your life looks like. Sometimes we are in such a routine that we don't really understand the incredible treasures and the incredible talents and capabilities and the joy that comes with it when we can align with who we really are, because each and every one of us is a total piece of art. It's an original. Nobody else in the world is exactly who you are, how you are. And you chisel your own Michelangelo or whatever. You paint your own life. Your life is a canvas, and nobody else but you has all of the colors and all of the brushes and the talent and ability to paint your life, to live your life, to enjoy your life and have more fun. And you give yourself permission. Nobody else can give that permission to you. And I help you to give yourself that permission and to live a life that is according to you, so that you dance to your own music, have a lot of fun, bless the world with your gift, bless yourself, your family, your community. It really spreads out, but it starts with you. You, and the inside of you is your heroic self-love that wants to shine and wants you to take you to your pot of gold. Your pot of gold is your life that at the end of your life you say, I did it all. I loved it. I had some challenges. I overcame all of the challenges. And I embrace myself, and I can go on in peace. And you leave your legacy like that. Because when you step up and step into your brilliance, your daughters, everybody around you, every other woman you come in touch with will mirror that permission for herself as well. So we need each other to lift us up and create the world that we want to live in, that we want our children and our grandchildren to live in.
All right, so go there now at www.todaysleadingwomen.com/Angelica. www.todaysleadingwomen.com/Angelica. ANGELIKA. Angelica, thank you so much for being so generous in sharing your time, your inspiring story, your expertise, for being a role model to many, and for bringing such a positive energy with our listeners today. Women of the world, including me, appreciate you and wish you more success in business and in your life.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Mary Grace. And my success is to see women shine, to see the transformation in a woman. There is absolutely nothing more beautiful to me to actually witness this. So I send you so much love and so much radiance and energy. And we are all energetic beings. So my intention of sending this to you and every woman that listens right now will already make a little difference in your life. So this is my love, sending out to every woman.
Thinking of starting a podcast? Seriously consider starting a podcast of your own, remembering that it will allow you to grow in ways you never imagined. It will grow your email list, your audience, your influence, and your bank account. Go to podcastprofitsystem.com to get started. That's www.podcastprofitsystem.com.
Feeling inspired and empowered to make it happen? Then take the next step and go get your free guide to the top 10 resources that today's leading women use to stay at the top of their game, plus Marie's favorite today. Visit todaysleadingwomen.com/guide for your free download, and we'll see you on the next episode of Today's Leading Women with Marie Grace Berg.